Testing. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil. I don't know if you heard me, but they had to do an upgrade for this week.
Yep. Phil was going to be with us for about 30 seconds.
He was, yeah. He's his FOMO kicked in, and he didn't want to be left out, so we had the link ready to go, and then 30 seconds later, he goes, "Oh, I got dinner."
So when's the last time? Yeah, go ahead.
The quitter gene outweighed the FOMO today.
The quitter took over and just pushed it off to the side. When's the last time Phil had dinner at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, it's never happened.
Yeah, he's had dinner in his belly for 2 hours now.
It's snack time.
Yeah.
It's time for Brahms.
Phil got the first cuss word in.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Carrie Affleck. Carrie Affleck will be in the studio tomorrow. I canceled a big trip for Carrie to be here tomorrow.
You know what? That's dedication to the people right there.
Yes.
Well, he left him for about a week or so.
So this is a trick here because this is Dave Evans. They're together. They're in a hotel bed together right now.
Okay.
And
Well,
he's calling me.
His partner.
Yeah.
Real question was, is it a king size bed or they get 2 queens?
2 twins.
Leave a voicemail, Dave, so I can. Oh, he hung up. Oh, he's calling back. Okay. Hello.
Hey, Chris, everything okay, man?
Yeah, everything's fantastic, Dave. Why do you ask?
Are you sure?
You're feeling the background.
Oh, yeah. if this is a sneaky phone call, Phil just screwed it
Yeah,
up.
Phil ruined it.
Well, Phil's in the back corner crying right now.
Well, you
Really hurt his feelings.
need to massage his feet a little bit better.
Well, I feel like why are you being mean to Phil? He's such a nice guy.
Did you guys get a queen or a king together?
We have a king together.
Okay, yeah.
For discussion.
Yeah.
Totally different discussion.
Yeah, I know.
So,
He's not going to make it home tomorrow. It's horrible.
so the sheets are pulled out. Does Dave like to have his
Oh,
feet?
yeah. Hey, Dave, don't forget, Phil likes his feet untucked out of the covers, out of the blankie.
Yeah.
We know that. We pulled the sheets up. He's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Good.
Oh.
And he likes the cold side of the pillow with a cup of water on the bed.
He has 2 pillows and a bottle of water.
Yep. You got it.
You got it.
You got it, man.
Watch his belly ache.
We've been together for a while, so don't tell Tanya.
Oh yeah. So you guys, this is your 3rd day, so it's gonna be a 4-day trip for you guys.
Oh,
We're
nice.
coming home tomorrow.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Me and my wife only spent 5 days together.
Well, you should do better for your wife. Sam deserves better.
All right. Well, you two enjoy your last night together.
All right. Talk to you later, brother.
See you
That
guys.
Jacuzzi.
Bye. I think we better get the show started.
Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast with Chris Evans and Phil Nichols, along with Ronnie Phillips. The Open Mic Podcast is part of the Second Banana Media Podcast Network. Coming to you live from Guthrie, Oklahoma, inside the Second Banana Media Studios, here's Chris Evans.
Hello and welcome. It is the Open Mic Podcast, June 4th, 2025. Ronnie's got a stat for you since it is June 4th, 2025, 2050, 2020.
Oh, yeah.
It is June 4th, 2025. You want to feel old? Stay tuned. Ronnie's going to let you know how old you are here in just a few seconds. Cousin Nate in the studio tonight with us.
He looks like a shrimp on TV.
Well, you used to feel.
He looks little bitty.
you used to feel.
I know you got all this arm room you guys have.
I'm loving all this extra room.
Yes, it's awesome. We're stretched out. Phil and Dave
Feels
are
like
on
this.
assignment. Phil and Dave are on assignment, as you heard in our pre-show, abbreviated pre-show. They will be coming back tomorrow. They're happily 4 days together now. Monday, Tuesday. It'll be 4 days tomorrow. They'll be coming back tomorrow, so enjoy it now. But Cousin Nate, everything good?
It's going real well. Not as well as I was hoping to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to be at the stadium today, but, that's okay.
So you sell your tickets, or?
Sold tickets. Oh, no, we gave them to my sister's sister-in-law.
Who they rooting for? Why would you give those? Why would you give those away? You make them buy them then.
She may have charged them for them. Hopefully she did. Trish, if you're listening.
God, That's
Make
mean.
sure you get that.
That's the mean twin.
That's
Surely
the mean
she
twin.
did. Surely she did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, all those tickets. The Oklahoma Sooners not in the College World Series finals. The dynasty is on pause.
It's still dynasty. They can come back and win next year,
exactly,
and it's still dynasty. Just because they lost it this year doesn't
Correct.
mean. I mean, Brady and New England, they didn't win it every single year. They won a couple here, and then
Steph and the
another
Warriors.
one a couple of years later. I mean, it's the same thing. The
Saban.
dynasty's not over yet.
Saban in Alabama football.
And
same
mind
way.
you, this is a rebuilding year as well.
Yeah.
rebuilding year.
One pitch away from the finals.
Yeah.
And then I saw a picture today, like five-star players together.
Number 1, number 2, number 3, 5, and like 11.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
How cool is it though? Like ESPN is here for the NBA Finals and the College World Series. Like this is like ESPN headquarters,
Right?
Yeah.
Open up a studio right here.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, I was watching Thunder postgame show and maybe pregame show, and I can't remember what ESPN person it was, but he goes, "Man, I love this team. I love this arena. I love this town, but Oklahoma City, you got to work on some direct flights. This is horrible.
Yeah.
There's no direct flights
No.
in Oklahoma City.
Absolutely. not.
And
Dallas to Oklahoma City is a direct flight.
yeah,
That's about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah, and so we went to Nashville last week, and we had to go 37 minutes in the air to Dallas.
Yeah.
And then went to Nashville after that, and then on the way back, we had to go from Nashville to Washington D.C.
Oh my goodness.
D.C. to OKC. Oh. And the plane was full of people in Washington D.C. to come to Oklahoma City, and we took off like at 8:32. I was like, I wouldn't imagine there was 7 people needing to get to OKC
Yeah.
from Washington D.C. on a Sunday night, 7:00.
Maybe it was a connecting flight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it had to
connecting.
be. But it's also a reminder how small the Oklahoma City airport is.
Absolutely.
It's tiny.
Yeah,
is. When
it's
you-
convenient because it's easy to navigate to and from. You go down the
don't-
hall.
You don't have to show up 2 hours early.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You show about 45 minutes early. If you got the TSA pre-check like I do, you in, you out, and you're already in line.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
mean,
doubt.
you go through TSA in Oklahoma City, go down the hall.
Yeah.
And it's either 1 or 24, and you're
Yeah.
done. Then when you land in Dallas, we're in Terminal D. We need to get to Terminal B, so we take a shuttle to Terminal B.
Shuttle to the train.
Yes.
Train to the terminal.
Yeah, it's
And you got to haul ass if it's an hour. If
we had to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We had to in Dallas.
Yeah.
In fact, they delayed our flight a little bit to make sure we got there.
Same thing with Houston. Houston's pretty big, and if you got a connecting, you better get there because you're gonna be here and you got to go 2 miles the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heard Atlanta's even worse.
Atlanta is the absolute worst
Yeah.
airport.
Yeah, I went through Atlanta. Where did when I went to Miami.
Yeah.
Atlanta and Washington D.C. I think are the 2 biggest connecting, and
That makes
and
sense.
Phoenix are the big connecting hubs.
That means you have a direct flight in those towns, and if you live in those towns,
Right.
in those areas.
Carrie, I feel like if I had known Cousin Nate would be in studio, I would have dropped off some spicy pretzels.
We still have some. I get him some.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that.
Phil, this show's boring. Nate brings nothing to the show. So, the big thing, talking about the Thunder and the World Series. So, how much is a College World Series like face value?
Buying the sessions will cost you about $350 for all sessions.
You have to buy the sessions. You can't buy individual games.
You can buy individuals, but it's a better deal to buy the all sessions.
Okay.
But that's from the World Series people. Now,
Correct,
if you go
correct. That's my question.
third party,
Correct. That's my question.
minimum is $700 a ticket.
So
So that's outfield, row M, all the way out of the way.
So if you buy Texas playing the early session the first day, you can buy just a ticket to that, and they won't kick you out.
After they have 2 games for the first session, and then they have a break in between, and then they'll have the second
Okay, so you
session.
have to buy the session.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because because the Thunder, I have a friend who has 2 tickets, and he's selling for $2,000 because that will pay for his season tickets next year.
Yeah.
You think people are buying a $1,000 ticket for the finals?
I
In
bet they
Oklahoma?
will. I bet they will.
I'm thinking about it.
Especially as the series
Right.
goes
$1,000.
along.
Right off.
When the series
If
goes along, they will.
if it's game 7,
Oh, absolutely. They'll be charging.
I might.
I'm talking about game 1.
Oh, game 1, nah.
No.
Nah, we've done that before. It's 2016
Yeah.
or 12, whenever it was.
12.
Man, the other
T.
thing.
Fred, you go every night.
Oh, is T. Fred going game 1?
Yeah, he's got all the money. Private school. That private school job he got, the promotion he got last year is paying off.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of what T-Fred does here in Guthrie. We ain't getting no NBA final tickets.
I can't wait to see him post his pic.
Man, I tell you, I want to talk about my little trip to Nashville because I thought of you, Lou, the entire time when I got the Reba tickets.
Oh man,
I got some videos to show for you here a little bit, but
so good.
T-Fred watched a little city council meeting last night in Oklahoma City. He messaged me, said, my cheap entertainment was watching a city council meeting. And so T-Fred's got a city council meeting on Tuesday, open mic on Wednesday, and Thunder on Thursday. It's a pretty good week for T-Fred.
He's living life, man. He's living good.
T-Fred's always living a life. So he doesn't have to hear Phil tonight. So it's
we all win tonight.
Everybody. So it'll be fun. I'm glad the Thunder. Oh, the other. I was in Nashville. DraftKings works in Nashville. So
Place bet.
Yeah. I broke even after betting. I don't know. It was basically I was betting college baseball.
Yeah.
That could have been a crap.
And then I was betting Major League Baseball, and so I bet like 4 or 5 MLB games. My bet was
A parlay.
over under 1 run, or it was 0.5, half run in the first inning of Major League Baseball games. Like, surely the pitching will be fine. And I think I lost 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Dodgers scored 4 in the first. Like, man,
If you want that easy money, you need to get that bet on that they've been doing. It was like when Angel Reese misses her first shot.
there's
Those
so
guys
many
are
different
making
bets.
bank
Yes.
on those.
And I was like, who's gonna make the first shot for the Thunder? I'm like, I'm not gonna guess and lose money. It drives me crazy to lose money. I can get 10 Sonic drinks.
It's so fun though.
Yeah.
Those prop bets are always the best.
But I was traveling, so I was bored. So I had this betting machine in my hand. And I'm like, yeah. So I did bet. I broke even, and then it was time. I landed in Washington, D.C. It was time to place my final bets. And so I bet the Thunder winning the series, and I bet them game 1. So they have to win by 10 points or more tomorrow.
Oh,
And it's so weird to watch.
So you bet the game 1 plus 10,
9.5.
minus 9.5, and then winning the series. So they got to do both.
No, just 2 separate bets.
Oh, okay.
2 separate bets. So I put $50 down that they win the series. And if I
big
win,
money.
yeah, it is big.
That is big money.
If I win, I get my money back, of course, and $52.
Hey.
Minus 700.
Oh, you're laying odds right now.
I know. But if I would have bet like the Pacers,
What, you're risking $50 to win $2?
well, I would get $102. Right?
Oh, okay, you're getting $102.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you were laying odds,
no,
like
no.
in crabs.
Yeah,
okay,
no. But if I would bet the Pacers, if I bet like $50, it'd be like $400.
Yeah, it's not a bad
plus
bet.
400.
They're playing good.
I know.
Oh, there's sometimes during that Knicks game, I was like, they're going to get killed if they're this sloppy and
I won my
disgusting.
NBA bets. I won the Knicks. Oh no, I won. Oh, I did the over under Knicks Boston score, 212 or whatever. I lost that bet.
Over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came down to like the 2 minutes. I was like, please don't. They put their subs in like, oh hell,
it's over
They're
there.
going to line it up.
yeah, they're gonna light it up, and it was not even close.
Those
Not
are
even
fun.
close, so.
Those are fun. I like
T-Fred, he got moved down to AAA. That's what happened.
AAA. Always
Yeah.
single A, I thought.
Oh, single A? Oh,
High A.
hi.
We gave Phil every opportunity to be on the show tonight. I was going to come up here on my off time and put him into the system. And he said, oh, yeah, okay. And then I have dinner, which, I mean,
Yeah.
can you not tell the truth to me?
Yeah.
I mean, he can lie to you guys, but
Yeah.
can you not just tell me the truth? Hey, I got Dave with me. I'd rather just hang out with him in the hotel room.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, let's just verify the times on this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Chris sent it at 3:56. I will send you the link. And then 4:50, a little bit more than an hour.
Okay, it was
A little more than an hour. I have dinner tonight. I won't be able to join.
Are they a room service guys or do they
Oh,
go to
no.
dinner?
No, they go to dinner.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Company card.
Oh,
Phil's got to watch people watch. And
Oh yeah.
that makes sense.
make sure the servers are good. If they're not any good,
He gets to.
God forbid there's no pepper on the on the
gosh.
table. No pepper on the table.
How long's your wait? 15 minutes. Too long.
Yeah.
We gotta go somewhere else.
What? Oh my. So so we were in Nashville and 3 nights. So the Thursday night was Reba. Friday night was Jelly Roll. Saturday was Tim McGraw.
Jeez, you won 3 concerts in a row?
That's a
Thursday,
lineup.
Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
Well, it was the big rodeo. They never had the PRCA in Nashville ever.
That's actually kind of shocking.
Yeah, I know.
I think that
And so-
country music headquarters would have rodeo there.
Yeah, and so the rodeo started at 7
Because Lazy dominated that for so long.
for a little while. Yeah, the rodeo was at 7, and it ended at 9. So I got to watch the production of the stage coming. It was up in the air and it lifted it down and all that. So tickets for Reba were over $200 a pop.
That's
each.
cheap. That's cheap. That's cheap.
Yes, we paid more than that one.
Excellent connection, and it's red, so we're back. Facebook is gone, but that's okay. Well, let me try real quick.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We can't blame it on Dave this time. He wasn't here.
Close. Start 2. We'll see if Facebook starts. If not, no big deal.
Your Nashville concerts.
Yeah. Let me get the internet here so I can get T. Fred's comments on the screen here. And this is what, 2 shows in a row we've had internet deal?
Okay, good. We can't blame it on me this time.
No, it was. Well, Sam came up here and did a lot of work and got everything working for us. GMP Studio. Where's my GMP phone? GMP phone. And looks like Facebook is up and running, so we won't be able to publish comments from Facebook tonight now, since it's a new stream. And I'm trying to get internet on my phone, on my computer here.
Yeah, GMP Studio came back, no internet. I think it went back down.
No, I'm on GMP phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're off the thing here. I'm just trying to get to my GMP phone. But it's not popping up yet. So give us a few more seconds here. We'll get started back up. Hopefully people refresh and came back. Got through POS.
Yeah, I saw it last couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Are we back? T. Fred? Carrie, we back? I just don't know why my T. Fred says we are officially back. So, do the comments still work?
There we go.
Yep, they do. Well, if we don't have my computer, we're not going to be able to. Okay, good. Disconnect it there. Available. GMP Studio.
We're back.
Okay, I don't have internet on my computer. That's fine. So we were.
You want to use my hotspot?
Well, it's not even popping up as my Wi-Fi on here. It's obviously on the streaming computer, but not my personal computer here. Turn Wi-Fi off. Turn it back on. GMP Studio. That's obviously not working because Cox is not working. GMP Studio 5432. Cox Wi-Fi. XN, got through POS. Oh, there's Mosquito Pest Authority. That one's working.
That's my hotspot.
I have to be on the same network to pop up comments. So
Okay.
we might. Well, I'll see if it pops up here in just a second. So, so we were talking about my quick trip over to Nashville, and they had a PRCA rodeo for the first time ever in Nashville. They never had the rodeo there, and so Thursday night was Reba, Friday was Jelly Roll, and Saturday was Tim McGraw.
I mean, if you're going to kick off the PRCA, I mean, that's 3 good headliners
I bet
right there.
Jelly Roll was the worst.
I didn't go to Jelly Roll.
Oh, I thought you
didn't.
did Jelly Roll.
No. I would know maybe a song or two, maybe.
He's got some good songs, but
Yeah, I think I would recognize them. But so
I don't imagine he'd be very entertaining. He's a big guy. I don't imagine he moves on stage very well.
I saw him a concert, and he actually was a very good concert. He put on a great show.
Oh.
It was very entertaining. He's very interactive with the crowd, was talking to him, and and this and that. But it was a good concert. But compared to Reba and Tim McGraw, he would definitely not be.
You ain't beating Reba.
No, not at all.
it was
That woman's 80 years old too.
71. I think
70s,
we
yeah.
looked up.
Yeah.
So Reba tickets were like $200 a pop each. I was like, we've seen Reba a couple times. We've seen Tim McGraw a couple times. And so Reba tickets, I wasn't going to spend $400 plus all those fees that they have. It was through Ticketmaster. So
Yeah, go do Tick Pick. No fees for the buyer.
Tick Pick?
Tick Pick.
Well,
No fees from the buyer.
there was a
Seller has fees, but not the buyer.
So about 6 o'clock, it was verified. People were trying to, like Cousin Nate, mark up his tickets, pay for everything else, for his World Series tickets. And so they went down to $75 a pop. And it was Loud City. But it was right in the middle of the arena. I was smack on with the big Jumbotron. Of course, they had a Jumbotron behind the singers too, so it was like a perfect seat. I mean, this would be perfect for basketball. Can you see the plays development, all this stuff? But they get verified user comes down to $75 a pop, and perfect tickets, great concert. The only thing she goes, well, you can tell I'm not lip syncing. She missed the words. That happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But the "You Lie" song, "You Lie," she can't
hit it no more.
Can't get there no more.
When she was in Choctaw, she wasn't that whole note like she is. But
Which that one was like the toughest song of anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, she's 70 and she's still out there performing like she does.
yeah,
She's-
she did a pretty
still
good. Her
amazing.
backup singers really pushed that for her, but so that was Thursday. Didn't care about. So Tim McGraw on Saturday, which was his very first concert, first day of his tour.
Okay.
Because when you're in different cities, you get all their different stuff on social media, and they were rehearsing in their fake stage. It's a small stage of what it really looks like. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And Tim McGraw, of all the concerts I go to, when I hear Tim McGraw, it's like that is like country music singer. That's his voice is like, man, that's big time. It's different from all the other ones I've ever been to. His voice is different, and they were There was like $252, and I was like, well, I'll wait till 6 o'clock. And so we went to Jason. No, we went to Jason Aldean's, but we went to Margaritaville because they have a sports bar.
He's dead.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I confirmed that.
Yeah. Overrated anyway.
But his building, it is overrated.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel likes it so much.
Is there
Overrated.
one? Is there one ever? Hold on. There's something else that's very overrated that you guys would. I can't remember what it is. But we go to the second floor, Margaritaville, because it's a big old sports bar. I mean, it's TVs everywhere, and we watch the Women's College World Series. They lose. We wasted our time. And I'm checking my phone, and I can't. And it's 6 o'clock, and so the guy comes in and goes, "You need to download this app called Game
Time.
Time."
Yeah.
Yes. He said, "Download Game Time because the tickets will go way down after the event starts." No, it was still over $200 a pop, so I didn't get to go to 7:30. So I didn't get to see Tim McGraw. So.
But at least you've seen him before, though. So
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it before. Tina Smith, Jelly Roll was great in concert. Yeah, I think I would know a few songs, but I don't think I would know
enough to justify. going.
And I would certainly think that would be the biggest concert of the three.
As far as the demographic of people, probably so.
I would think he would be the big one of the three. I think that.
Lester Dayton, you're getting a reminder right now. Sent.
Pastor Seabolt, guest star tonight. Absolutely. Oh, never mind.
Is that Seabolt?
Then I went to this next.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Where is the star? By star, of course, I mean my buddy Phil.
Okay, he don't even go to our church. I'm your favorite. Stop lying, Pastor.
And much like the show, he quit watching a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you just wasted your comment,
Yeah,
Pastor Josh.
yeah.
So.
He got me my first adult Bible the other day. Got me a Bible.
Pastor Seabolt?
Sure did. My name and everything on it.
Wow. Well, the collection plate must be good. That's good. That's a good sign.
He had to pass it a second time around.
I don't know how I'm on GMP Studio connected. Okay, our
Leslie got my message, my reminder.
our internet, our home base internet is back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cox must have been listening to the show and say we better get that.
You know, I've got rid of Cox when I was in school because it was always an issue. I guess things never change.
Well, I think the only option here is Cox, and at my residence, it's Cox only. But however, Dobson, you've seen Dobson all over. They're in our neighborhood, so we'll at least see what their options
Don't
are.
have AT&T fiber where you're at yet?
Not where I'm at.
See, we got AT&T fiber.
Yeah, you do. Mission Hills has AT&T fiber options. They skipped us.
How did they skip past your house?
Yeah.
Go there.
They went from Chubbo to Simpson.
Yeah.
And just totally skipped me. So, yeah. So, okay. I want to show some Reba stuff real quick for Ronnie here.
Calm down, Ronnie.
Make sure I'm still connected. Yep. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if these are in order here of what I have. Okay. So these are MOV. And these, I won't play the whole thing, but let's see here. Surface. Can't get the blues no more. Can't get
Still beautiful.
So that one, these, when I put them into the cloud, they're not organized anymore. So we're going to just get random ones here. I had them perfectly in order. Oh, cousin Nate doesn't know. Did I tell you the special guest? So
Toby Keith.
When you're in that, I went to the Music Hall of Fame. More on that here in a second. But they had a cool display of Toby Keith there. No, it was not here. So let's go back. Surface.
That's a good thing about going across the never know.
Let's go back. Surface. That's a good thing. Well, that's one I just got done playing. Okay, so not moving on from that one. I don't know what this one is. Let's see here. Open. Open. That's mine. You lie. Oh, this is.
You lie.
Yeah. Let's watch it because she can't hit the note. Oh, this is. Yeah. Let's watch it because she can't hit the note. Oh, this is. Let's watch it because she can't hit the note. One time she realizes it and she just kind of gives up. I can't, guys. Realizes it and she just kind of gives up. I can't, guys. Just kind of gives up. I can't, guys.
That's perfect on that part. She'll do the high one till later on. That's perfect on that part. She'll do the high one till later on.
Here it comes. Doesn't that suck to see that?
Oh, I hate that.
I had to turn it off because
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
When we watched her in Choctaw, she would pull the microphone away from her face when she was trying to hit that high note.
Yeah.
And use, like you said, utilize her backup singers.
Yeah,
but
that's too bad.
Yeah.
For a woman of her age who's
That
still
song's-
performing, she's still amazing.
I mean, Shania Twain or Lainey, whoever would have a hard time with that one there too.
I can still hit that note.
See what this one is. I hit it.
I can still hit that note.
See what this one is. I hit it. Oh, the theme song for Reba.
Oh, yes.
The theme song for Reba.
Oh, yes.
All right, that was going to be. We're having a little echo here, so it's kind of hard. So when the big thing when you're in Nashville, when artists are in Nashville, it's always the special guest because there's always
somebody in Nashville.
there's always someone in Nashville. Who do you think? There's two of them.
Reba?
Who would Reba have as special guest? And they were there for one song, and
One song, that was it?
that's all. And they left.
What song?
Trailblazer. I think if you really know her new song, it gives it away. But I knew you guys.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Ronnie Dunn is going to be my guess.
Ronnie Dunn. Nope.
That was a good guess.
Okay. Here's clue.
Yeah.
Females. Two females.
Two females.
So it's two.
Oh, the Judds.
I would have been posting on Facebook if it was the Judds. Tina said Martina McBride is saying just can't hit those notes anymore. Boy, Martina, I saw her.
Well,
with
there's two Dixie Chicks left.
So,
I wouldn't be bringing up if it was Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, I hate them.
let's say, are they newer or older singers?
I would say one is fairly new.
Oh, they're not a band. Okay.
Not a band, no.
Okay.
Not a duo, no. Two individuals. One, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what that looks like in person. And the other was like, oh, yeah.
Not Shania?
So
Was it not
let's say
Shania?
Lenny Wilson. And some.
Oh, Lainey Wilson's a good one. She likes Lainey Wilson. Kelly Clarkson?
No, not to doubt
good guess.
that. Not with her.
Oh,
not,
no, yeah.
since they're not married anymore.
Yeah, Reba's son was married to.
To Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, you guys had the best, worst answers of all time.
Let's go. Lainey Wilson and
Howard says Lainey and
Dolly
Miranda.
Parton.
Who said that?
Howard says Lainey and Miranda.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's exactly who it was.
I was thinking Miranda.
Oops.
Miranda's been around for a long time, boys. I saw her. She was the first act for George Strait back in 2006 when I was at UCA at the convention center or at the wherever they played in Little Rock. It was Miranda Lambert, Tracy Lawrence, George Strait.
Did you leave after the second one?
Tracy? No. No. George
Did you
is
take a nap after that?
George is king. I could smell him fart, Nate. That's how close I was.
George Strait, when we saw him in Little Rock, it was horrible. He's playing like 10 cover songs. Like, dude, stop.
You have
You're not going to get to
40
everyone.
number one hits.
Yes.
And you're going to do covers?
Oh, my goodness.
That's why you don't waste your money on George Strait, people.
Yeah, no. That's
Good job, Howard.
Yeah, that's it. I'm waiting to show the because she said my new song Trailblazer. I sing it with Lainey Wilson, Miranda Lambert, and she goes, "Wouldn't it be awesome if they were here tonight?" And everyone started cheering. And then boom, here they come. She played it off pretty good. I had that video. I'm trying to find it for you of them walking out, but of course her last song was
Fancy.
Fancy.
Now, they bring the taxi out.
Very simple. I think this is it right here. So if we stop talking, so we don't have a echo. Let's try. If we stop talking, so we have an echo. So it was. I know that's your favorite song of all time.
Man,
so
it's the greatest song of all time.
got that recorded there.
Holy cow!
Yeah. It was a fun concert. So it was good.
God, we saw her at where was that at? I think it was Kansas City or where was it? Kansas. I think it might have been Kansas City or somewhere. We saw her somewhere else, and I mean, during this song, she came out in an old 1950s taxi cab. It came out, and the red dress was there. I mean, she rocked it.
See,
it was so good.
I saw her at Paycom a couple years ago, and this was not a full. They played all of her songs, but it wasn't her full show. It was after a rodeo, so no, she wore the same outfit the entire time. Paycom, it was like 7 different outfits.
Yeah,
and she's up there singing, and then when that part hit, when it went to full color, that's when she ripped off. And it was a red dress.
Yeah. So good. That's the
good.
greatest song of all time, no doubt about it.
So I wonder, like, who Jelly Roll, his special people were, guests, or
Probably some rappers.
Tim McGraw. I just,
Post Malone was probably with him.
yeah. So got to do the Opry tour, got to do the Ryman tour, the Country Music Hall of Fame tour. Country Music
but that
Hall
was
of-
good.
Yeah,
Is that not good?
not what I thought.
Not what you thought.
It was more about obviously the history of it, and it was just a lot of.
I think that's what the Hall of Fame should be. That's what would be that's what the MLB should do. That's what the NBA should do. That's what the NFL should do. It should be history of baseball. The Black Sox scandal, that should be in the Hall of Fame. That is part of history.
Yeah.
The 90s during the steroid era, that stuff should be in the MLB Hall of Fame. That stuff is part of history.
Yeah. I sent this message to you, so you know all about that. There was several other other moments where I saw Tom T. Hall.
God.
You ever heard of Tom T. Hall, the cousin name?
Oh, yeah.
Other than the show.
Other than the show. I would never even known who Tom T. Hall was if it wasn't for this show.
Everywhere I go in the Hall of Fame, the Ryman, it was Tom T. Hall. You gotta be kidding me. I was messaging Phil and Chubba one time, and I didn't bother Chubba with it because I know you wouldn't care. I was messaging Tina and Phil.
Tom T. Hall. Chris sends a plaque of Tom T. Hall, and Chris says, "Kiss my ass." I said that wasn't on my bingo card today.
That was the most random picture he probably ever got. But he was everywhere.
That's crazy.
At the Ryman, it had a list of all
Tina
the names.
Smith, he's a legend.
And then Tina sends some song. Let me pull up. She brings up some song lyric. I'm like, how can you even make that a song? Little baby ducks and old pickup trucks.
Baby ducks.
What era is he in?
1904. I don't know.
At the beginning of country music?
Tom T. Hall.
I don't even sound like a real
We
name.
played it one time.
We
We're
did.
Like, what?
Yeah. Phil was all about Tom T. Hall, and we thought he was just messing
Yeah,
with
we
us.
thought he was, I thought he was making it up.
Yeah, I thought he was making some imaginary name up, and we looked him up, and we're like, this is terrible. This is
Little
awful.
baby ducks and old pickup trucks. By the way, I shouldn't have won. I should have done my homework. Tracy Lawrence not in the Hall of Fame, not in the Opry Hall of Fame.
Protest.
But there's so many people that are not on that list. Sam looked it up. Like, if you want to be a member of the Opry Hall of Fame, you have to commit to like 10 shows a year there. You have to do.
Oh, you got to buy your way in there. That's not how Hall of Fames work.
Yeah, after you get in there, you have to basically. But there's a long. And every time I do watch the Opry, I watch a lot of YouTube, and the Opry comes up on my algorithm all the time. And Vince Gill's there like every other day.
Yeah.
All the time. And so we're going through the backstage tour. We got pictures on the stage of the Ryman and the Opry. Vince Gill has his own dressing room.
Well, I mean,
His
like you
own-
said, he's always there then.
Yeah.
Hey.
And they had all the green rooms. You can go in. You can't go in all of them, but you can take pictures. And Vince Gill had his own room. I'm like, well, that makes sense. He's here every other show.
That's Howard's favorite, he says.
Wow. We pulled up the one song, and it was like
It was
funny.
awful.
It was funny. It was so bad.
Yeah,
It was funny.
Yeah. That was crazy. Kiss my ass.
I literally saw him like 4 times when I going through all of it. Opry people not in the Opry Hall of Fame. Like George Strait, he's played there one time. It was like in 1982.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. George Strait, Willie Nelson, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, Winona Judd. They have declined invitations. George Strait, for example, reported declining the invitation to become a member due to the Opry's requirement for regular performances.
Yeah.
Of course, all Vince Gill, Ricky Skaggs, they're all.
That's the only shows they got left to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. Those Vince Gill and these other people, they're still selling out stadiums.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
70s years old. Whether you like them or not, they're still selling out stadiums.
Give you some more names here. Willie Nelson's not in the Opry Hall of Fame. George Strait, Kenny Chesney, Alabama.
Wow.
Brooks and Dunn.
Toby Keith in there? Probably not.
I don't. Even when he was playing, I don't ever remember him.
Yeah, I don't remember
if
being
Willie
there.
Nelson and George. I bet he.
He's not in there.
The Chicks, Chris Stapleton, Cody Johnson, Dan and Shay,
Cody Johnson.
Dwight Yoakam. Country Music Hall of Fame. There was 80 times I saw Dwight Yoakam stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's great.
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't think.
You got to remember, Chris, in the 90s, we heard Dwight Yoakam all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
There's no doubt. So, yeah, there's a lot of Hank Williams Jr., Jason Aldean, Jelly Roll. But there's not many people as you would think in there. So, but
Yeah, they don't got time to perform there.
yeah, 10 times a year.
That's crazy.
I mean, George is selling out 110,000 stadium.
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
would you want to dedicate 10
I gue-
shows
I-
a year to that?
I guess sign a contract and perform 10 shows in 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood's there.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks is in there.
Randy Travis.
Randy Travis, Dirk Bentley. There's a bunch of those in there. So, but it was good. Walked down Broadway.
How busy was it?
It was busy.
How many bachelorette parties did you see? walk
All
around?
over. I saw a lot of skin. I saw a lot of skin in Nashville. But I guess I didn't know, but that's the bachelor and bachelorette places to go to.
Is it?
No longer Vegas. No longer New York City.
Vegas
it's
is fun.
Nashville.
Vegas was fun. Went there a couple months or February. It was fun.
It was great weather. Perfect weather. It was
bet, yeah.
the warmest day was 81.
Oh wow.
It was upper 70s, but yeah, it was good. It was good. Man, I cannot remember. I was thinking, this person was all over the place in Nashville, and I've never understood it. And you guys will probably highly disagree with me. Dolly Parton,
Oh yeah.
overrated. I don't get it. I don't get the hype.
You're lucky Phil's not here.
That's why I'm saying it right now.
Okay. Yeah, terrible. Awful.
I don't get it.
There's only 2 things about her that's any good.
But Jolene
In 9 to 5.
In 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's 2 different things I was thinking of.
Oh,
they were her big hits.
Yeah.
my pastor's on here. What are you
talking about?
I was
Jeez.
thinking of the movie she was in.
Oh, okay. Fire Green Tomatoes?
Yeah. No. What was
9 to 5.
not just 9? The other movie with Julia Roberts. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh,
Somebody help me out.
Not Pretty Lady.
Oh no.
No, it's Fried Green Tomatoes.
No, it's not fried green tomatoes.
It's the other one, Magnolia.
Christmas.
Magnolia.
Sweet Magnolias.
That's
yeah.
it.
Oh.
Is that the one with Shelby?
yeah.
Shelby!
Never seen it.
Yes,
never
you have.
seen-
Yes, you have.
you had to have
Mom
seen
played it all the time growing up.
That means I've never seen it.
We were. We
I
only
remember the
had
title.
one. We only had one TV, Chris.
Yeah.
So we had to watch it.
Because we're old school. We had a TV on top of it.
That's right.
My beer redneck.
Oh boy, Leslie's here. She goes, I'll stand up for Phil. I love Dolly. Well, you need to go to Nashville because she's everywhere. I was like,
Dolly World.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get. I'd been interested. We didn't have time. I wouldn't mind going to Jack Daniels. It's an hour and a half from Nashville. The distillery to walk through.
Oh, yeah.
It'd been kind of cool.
I heard that is cool. The barrels and everything, their age and everything.
I got this picture today. You guys are going to crack up. I was going to put it on Facebook, but I got busy today.
Another shooting happened or something?
No. I do want to talk about that because it's a sad deal. There's a backstory to it. I've talked to the family, and there might be another story coming on that. I'll talk. We can talk about that here in a second. We'll get to some of the serious stuff here in a second. But I have not posted this yet. You guys will 100% get this. and this is bad. This is bad internet or bad podcast right now because you guys won't be able to see it. It's not vulgar or anything. It's so true.
Absolutely.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I will show our audience.
Grandma Dree had one.
Grandma Dree.
Got one for
Andy
and
your mom. Yes,
Yeah, they all had
I'll show everybody.
Yeah.
You guys will get it.
That is 100%.
I used to flick it back and forth, open it, close it, open it, close it, open it, close it. Yeah.
If your mama, auntie, grandma, etc., ever smoked cigarettes back in the day,
There you
There
go.
you
she
go.
had one of these. Tell me I'm lying.
100% true.
That's 100% true. I didn't think your mom would ever give one of those up.
Yeah. I liked them because you can just grab them and
kept
throw them.
everything in
You have to carry them because you can just actually throw them because you wouldn't hurt the cigarettes.
No.
You just throw. Hey, give these to mom. Throw them across the room.
Open the bottom one, get the lighter out.
Yeah. Put it back in there.
Gross.
So gross.
We never knew. We didn't know any different though.
No, gosh, no. This,
In the car.
windows
restaurants.
rolled up,
Right.
smoking,
I
restaurants.
mean, they had the back seats had the ashtrays on the back of
yeah,
the chair.
sure
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Station wagon, yeah.
And the Thunderbird, mom's Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Lee. I don't know what those are called.
That was like a 40-year fad. Do
Yeah.
people still smoke?
Yes, boy. People lit up on Broadway.
Oh, we gotta
in
get
Nashville.
rid. Once we get rid of Phil's generation, it probably won't happen very much more.
Yeah, no. You see them fire up, and we have to like walk away.
Yeah,
the cigarettes.
it's terrible, ain't
It's
it? It's the
horrible.
worst.
It is.
We worked in a smoke-free casino my last 4 or 5 years.
When we went to Vegas, we stayed in a smoke-free hotel.
It was
or casino.
Yeah, in Toledo,
Resort.
it was a smoke-free casino. And when I got there, I had bought a brand new white shirt, and I had some old white shirts, suit shirts from previous, and these things were white, like my brand new one was.
Yeah.
And I told Sarah, I said, I'll never go to another casino that's smoking casino,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not very many of them. So
No, it's when you see people smoking, you're walking by. I hold my breath.
Yeah.
And walk by. And,
yeah,
just to avoid
It's
the
always
cigarette
the
smoke.
vape pens that I see with everyone now.
Yeah, and those
Yeah.
aren't too bad.
well, we don't know.
Well, I mean, as far as walking by.
Yeah,
and
walking
smelling
by
the
them,
scent,
yeah. Walking by them is bad, but
I tell you, walk into Walmart, you get a contact high. It's in the parking lot all the time, man.
Yeah.
Well, Phil would say medicine, pharmaceutical,
yeah.
pharmaceutical
it's medicine.
deal, but yeah. By the way, my next trip that I got planned will be the Tracy Lawrence Oklahoma tour.
So where's he hitting? Tulsa?
So July 31st, August 1st, August 2nd. So he'll go to Hard Rock, Tulsa, Thursday, Never Win on Friday, and Pensacola.
Where is Pensacola?
You don't know Pensacola, Oklahoma?
No clue.
The Indians?
Choctaw Casino.
Choctaw Casino.
Oh, is that the name of it?
I put
Yes.
I put blackjack, baccarat, roulette in that casino way back in the day. I trained that casino how to break. I brought those games into that casino.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it was a small casino then. Now it's pretty big now.
Yeah.
it's right on the It's like right across. If you go across the street, you're in Arkansas, Fort Smith.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you go
Yep.
across the street, the parking lot is in Fort Smith.
And Cousin Nate, you'll know all about Pensacola because the
Yep.
Hunter's
girl.
sassy friend, Alyssa Parker.
Yeah.
Parker, yeah, Alyssa. She's the pitcher coming to OU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And to show you about Pensacola, a lot of people probably never heard of Pensacola. They have the Division I pitcher who signed with OU, and they have a Division I football player that's going to Missouri as a wide receiver.
Oh, wow.
In Pensacola. So when you always hear you got to go to Bixby, Owasso Union to be seen. That's Pensacola has 2 Division I players walking to high school right now.
Yeah.
I think, actually, now you say that, I think she is the #1 ranked player in the country.
Yeah.
She's up there.
She's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, she's on one of those 5 stars that we were talking about.
Yeah. She'll be pitching for him next year.
Yeah. So she'll have a chance. The catcher went in the portal. Hicks.
Yeah.
She
Corey
went in the
Hicks.
portal. Of course, they're bringing in the 5-star catcher in this.
The big girl who couldn't throw anybody out.
She had like 25 plate appearances.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't want to start her?
Yeah.
Maya Bland got into the portal today, too. Yeah. Outfielder.
Cash
Ferris.
Yep.
Lefty for Carl Robert.
Okay, so before we get into some more serious stuff here,
Politics.
Today is June 4th.
Today is June 4th. That's
2025.
2025.
Listen to this, Cousin Nate.
So
hold on.
Okay.
So 25. Okay, yeah, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Hold on. Wait, maybe 40, okay, yeah, I should be fine too.
So today's June 4th. June 2nd is exactly the halfway point through the year. Monday was the halfway point through the year.
So we're close to Christmas.
So we're very close to Christmas, but we're also closer to the year 2050 than we are the year 2000.
That's not true.
We're closer to 2050.
We're closer.
1980s was just 20 years ago, so it's impossible.
We are closer to the year 2050 than we are the year 2000 now. Ain't that crazy?
That is absolutely nuts.
It's insane.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So 25, 52. I'll be 72.
Wow.
72. I'll be Phil's age right now.
Yeah. I'll be 65. 65. Holy crap.
When I get 62, you guys might not see me. I'll be driving Tracy Lawrence all over when those mutual funds could cash in.
I will be still having my kids in school.
We are closer to the year 2050 than year 2000.
That is
Just think people were laughing at this in 2025.
Yeah.
In 2000.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay. So Monday, there was a shooting on the west side. So we got back like 11:30 at night from Nashville. Got home at 11:30, and it was just Sam and I, and we're like, what do you want for dinner? And so we go to Walmart, pick up a few items.
11 o'clock at night? You ain't
No,
dinner yet?
the next day, Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Monday, next day. And so we're driving. Of course, I have radios in my vehicle. One way, two one way. But I hear shots fired. Like, oh, crap. And it's the PD channel because it lights up blue for PD. But I was like, oh, crap. You know, they just went through the officer-involved shooting, which they got cleared. They released the body cam video, which we haven't talked about on here because we were off last week. But I was like, oh, no. I get the address, which is on the west side on Oklahoma Avenue, 1600 block, West Oklahoma.
What about you, Nate?
I was going to say, geez, nothing about
You
it.
didn't know nothing about it?
Oh, wait, I was at softball. That's why.
Okay. Well, you at least saw the news page.
I did see the article.
Okay, thank you.
I liked the article.
Okay. Thank you. Even if you're lying, I appreciate you saying that. Okay. And so everybody probably knows the story that's watching this, but police are called there for a welfare check. They approach the door, and they hear a couple shots go off. Now, whether they are at the door or what, they go off, and then they kick the door open because they don't know who's in there. They don't know.
They announce themselves.
Yep, announce themselves, kick the door, and then another round, a shotgun, the bird shot. Is that what it's called? When the pellets go.
Well, it could be a buckshot, it could be a bird shot. It just depends on the
Bird
size.
shot.
Just depends what kind of.
I think it was bird shot.
How big it was.
But when they kicked the door open, the bird shot or some shot was at the door and it hit the door. And so then the police had to back up and kind of go defensive. Well, the older gentleman on the news page and on the PD's Facebook comes out and
unarmed.
Unarmed.
Yep.
Correct. Unarmed, and they beanbag him.
Brand new bean bags. Just the officers just got those.
Okay.
So they're itching to test that out.
It's non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
So
yeah, non-lethal.
once they saw that he was unarmed, they went to their non-lethal, which they had just got like the day before, literally.
Yeah, and so it was when you hear shots fired, you don't know if the officers are firing shots, which is my first thought is what it is, but it's not always the case. In this case, it wasn't. And so they came out, got him handcuffed, and he's been arrested. I need to see if he was arraigned today. I didn't look at that. Arraignments are now Tuesdays and Thursdays in Logan County. Daily filing, Logan. It's a shortcut I have on my computer, Nate. It's pretty quick. No formal charges have been filed yet, so we'll see what that comes. So So I get to the scene, do my thing, what I do. I recognize some. It's horrible doing news in town because you're going to know somebody. And I recognized his son at the house, and he's on the phone with somebody talking to him, and I can, he's saying what had happened, and it's not good. And you're like, man. So on Facebook, and people are sharing, this guy, he's gone through a bunch of stuff. And so I've learned through this process that his granddaughter was killed by a drunk driver in Texas. And so he's, been dealing with that, dealing with some other stuff. And so it really is, I mean,
he had mental issues. Yeah.
Yes. It's a real thing. I don't want to go too far into it, but it's what I learned, and it might come out a little bit later. So everything that you're seeing on social media, he's not doing this. All that appears to be true, and he was not in his right front. You still, it sucks. You still have to be arrested. You still have to be charged. But it is definitely appears to be. And officers, I think, I haven't talked to any officers today about it because I just learned more about it today. But the officers understand they have to protect themselves, but they understand people go through that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's such a sad story because you're not in your mental state and you're firing off a gun that you shouldn't be doing it, and you have to be arrested and you have to go through all that deal. But it's such a sad deal when you really know the family, which I do know. I don't know them well, grew up with them, they're cousins, but it stinks, and they're going to talk to some people before they maybe talk to me later on some more stuff.
Well,
it just sucks.
Yeah, here's this is very. I heard this today from. I know this is true, but they got him once with the beanbag. They got him like in the side right here, and they got him once more in the back.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then he was on his knees trying to get back inside, and they went in and tackled him.
Okay.
So, and then when the officers get inside, there's guns everywhere. There's shotguns. There's handguns. There's a bunch of ammo. If he gets back inside, it's 10 times worse
for himself,
and for the officers and the family members in there. So thank God, that they at least he wasn't able to get back inside. Because if he gets back inside, it's a different outcome. I promise you.
2 young cops did a fantastic job, and I say young. I mean they're young. I was like, I'm telling you, the cops have done a really good job, and people are trying to make comparisons to the officer involved shooting in the parking lot on South Division Street. It's totally different deals. I mean, the guy came out unarmed, as you mentioned, compared to a guy who had a weapon and might appear to be reaching for something.
And at the truck too.
Correct. Yeah. Just a tough deal. And there's always the other side of it. And so it's a sad deal. And talking to the family, because they said you can tell when he's being frisked on the cop car in the video on news page, you can hear him say, I miss my Allie. And that was the girl, that's his granddaughter who was killed by that. I think it was a drunk driver in Texas in 2021, I think. And I went back and watched the video, and that's exactly what it was. So, and so it's just, I hate. That's
probably the best case scenario out as far as what could potentially happen, like you were mentioning, that happened. And hopefully he can find the help that he needs.
Yeah, and it's a crappy deal covering the news and doing that and putting that on there. It's just the process, but when you learn more and more, but it make it even worse. And I've gotten away from looking at comments, and sometimes people direct me to them because people are idiots, and I've never hardly deleted anything on there, and I didn't in this case either as far as comments, but people are talking without even knowing.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
And it's just, oh my gosh, if you don't know what the other side, and you're trying to be funny, trying to be cute, and it's frustrating. And this is not just this scenario, but a whole bunch of other scenarios when dealing with crime. So, yeah. So what do you guys think of the body cam footage?
I have not watched it yet.
I think it did calm people down. It still doesn't have all the context in it.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of context that happened before and after that people don't know. But I think a lot of people resonated to when they heard the cops begging and pleading him and over again. Please don't make me kill you. Please, I do not want to do this.
And how many times did he have a chance to get out of the truck?
Yeah.
And there's a backstory on that. I probably can't say on the air, but there's a backstory to that. Nothing with PD. I think there's a whole other scenario, not in the Guthrie situation. Something that happened days prior to that.
The day before.
Day before.
Yeah, the day before.
Well, yeah, there's two different things.
Yeah.
One with the Edmond Police Department, who would kind of respond to the same deal, and then in between Edmond and Guthrie, there was another situation. Probably can't talk about right now. I keep looking to see online if there's anything on there, but I probably not at liberty to say. So, officers put in a weird spot, man. There's
they don't like doing welfare checks because they never know what they're getting into. Domestics and welfare checks, those are the most scariest for those guys.
Absolutely.
They hate doing it, but they got to do it.
Got to.
And
I tell you, it's one thing like over near your area. It's not a bad area at all. But man, I've been to some after the crime has been committed out in eastern Logan County down a dirt road in the middle of the night, and there's trees and water. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been on
Texas Chainsaw Massacre issue.
It's like, man, this is not. I'm surrounded by cops with long guns, and I'm still like, man, this is scary. I remember down in southern Logan County, Coltrane and Simmons area, and there's a manhunt after a guy shot and killed. He was convicted. Cover that trial, but I was like, this is a scary place, and there's 20 cops around me. And I remember I was walking, and they're like, you might want to step over here. I was like, oh, yeah, good idea. Right. That's a good idea.
Get behind your back shoulder.
But, I just wish people were careful on social media. I try not to comment on anything. There's a lot of times I do that, not on anything usually serious. It's usually trying to be funny. I'm like, you know what? Ain't worth it. I can stop myself. So
I like the new camouflage technique our cops have implemented on their town.
Oh, the viral video.
The what?
The viral video.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think I was going when all that happened.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. So that was pretty. But it was like over 8 million views.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went completely viral.
27,000 shares.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, but I guess we better get to city council. Cousin Nate didn't watch it.
You missed out on entertainment. That's free entertainment.
There's people who never watch city council meeting that were messaging me last night that I would never thought. Not Sam Evans. I said, well, I think you would even watch this. She goes, no, I wouldn't. I said, I think you might. We had a friend in Oklahoma City that has nothing to do with Guthrie. He goes, well, my entertainment was city council on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Cousin Nate still can't get a seat. Your name's been brought up a couple times, Ronnie.
Mine?
Yeah.
Where at? In the meetings?
In private conversations.
Oh, you want me to run?
I want you to run.
I abstain. I abstain whether I'm going to run or not. I'm going to abstain.
You have until
Saturday,
June 10th.
Should be Saturday. I think that's what the manager said.
Okay, I haven't. got
Tuesday would be the 10th.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the last. I think it's 5 days,
and then it'll be ready
Wednesday,
to go
Thursday,
on the
Friday,
7th.
Monday,
On the
Tuesday.
17th.
Yes.
Should. I mean, you got nothing else to do. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So the council weeks ago opened up the application process.
Sure did.
4 people apply.
Yeah,
they
easy.
They interview them.
Easy process.
Yeah, interview them, and they split decision on 2 of them, and they tried to appoint someone last night. Didn't work, and so they've reopened the application process.
What a show.
So now, remember a couple years ago, Kaylee Mills and Franklin and Doug Russell, and was there 3?
Brian Stone.
Brian Stone, thank you. 4 of them did a public interview with the council.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're going to do this time again, because they tried the behind the door interviews.
Whose idea was that? The council's?
The public interview?
Not to do it the way they did the previous time.
The Kaylee time?
No. This time.
Oh, this time it was at Mayor Adam Robb.
It was his decision to do.
He brought it up, and they said, we can do it publicly. Everyone, then you don't have to. So they interview
No, I'm asking why the process changed this time.
Because they can't. The process they went through didn't work. They couldn't come up with anything.
No. The process they did with Kaylee, Stoney, and those people,
public interviews.
the public interviews, that worked. How come they didn't do it this time first?
Because it's not the way to do it. Public interviews is not the way to do it.
You'd think somebody wanting to be a public servant should do a public interview.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the public interview. They also went. Didn't they all go to the back and have an interview too?
No, they went to the back so they couldn't hear
So they
each
couldn't
other.
hear?
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't hear the questions.
So there was no private interviews that we know of that weren't on
For
the phone.
Kaylee,
For Kaylee, Stoney, and them.
correct. No. Now this last time there was.
Yeah.
The 3 council members met them on a Thursday, and then the other 3 met with them on a Monday. Mm-hmm. And then they talk amongst their groups, and here's what we think, this thing, and they thought they had someone on Monday night, and then they wake up Tuesday morning, and minds have been changed, and now it's deadlock 3-3. That process didn't work. Now what do we do? If we do public interviews, it's all out there in the public. The citizens get to see how the answers are. You can have when Kaylee and all them went through that process, I thought Kaylee stood out with their answers.
Yeah.
During the forum, I thought Mineka stood out with their answers.
Yeah.
And they both got on there. So I think we'll have the same thing. I think we'll hear from these folks, and I think the public will hear them. Doesn't mean still might have a 3-3 vote.
No, it's clearly it's obvious what's going on. It's 3 versus 3. I mean, it is clear as day what's going on.
T-Fred says, so what if they can't find someone in the new application process?
There was talk about that.
There was.
There could potentially be an election, right?
No, I don't think you can go to election.
Well, that's what the city lawyer said, but then didn't Eddie bring it up though and say if we can't decide, it eventually does trigger an election?
I don't think it does.
Is that okay?
I don't think it does.
Maybe he was just reiterating that it doesn't. Maybe
it just stays a 6-member council.
Yeah.
Remember, you gotta have 4 votes.
Gotta have 4 votes.
You gotta have 4 votes. So
why they abstain yesterday?
I don't know.
That
would be a great question.
Just put it out there.
So we're talking about Ed Wood. So Ed Wood was one of the candidates. Cousin Nate didn't watch it, and a lot of you probably didn't, so this is perfect. So Ed Wood was one of the candidates that interviewed, and when a couple weeks ago, they voted on Ed Wood, and it was 3-3. 3 yes, 3 no. You got to have 4 votes to get approved, so it didn't pass. Before him was Franklin Danley, and the opposite had happened. The 3 voted for Franklin, 3 voted no, and then it was opposite when it was Ed Wood. So they brought back Ed Wood. Councilman Bothroyd brought it back to the agenda item for Ed Wood. They voted on last night. Councilman Bothroyd made the motion for Ed Wood. Jeff Taylor seconded that motion. And along with those 2, and Tracy Williams voted yes. And Grant Aguirre was not there. He was absent.
He no-showed.
He was not there.
No show.
And Mayor Adam Ropp and Mineka Gibbs, Councilwoman Mineka Gibbs, abstained from a vote. So in city
kind of fishy.
In city government, abstain is a no vote.
Yeah, that's correct.
Abstain is a no vote. And abstaining does not look good.
It's terrible. It's a terrible look.
If you abstain, you just vote no.
Yeah. I mean, there is a line. Everybody sees it. There's a line. Councilwoman Gibbs mentioned some things that Councilman Rothroyd mentioned before, and he said, well, no, I didn't. And then she says, I can show you that. And he goes, well, show me. And he goes, well, I will right now. And then Adam Robb immediately goes, oh, it happened on this video at 1 minute, 47 seconds. I mean, it was just like that. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? How did you just happen to know that? So you can tell there's somebody's got to be a leader at some point. We got to figure this stuff out.
Why don't they consider going to a 7-person?
Well, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do.
There's only there's only 6 of them. They need one more
because Adam Robb went from a Ward 1 council member to a mayor, so it vacated his spot.
Yeah, okay.
And so now they're trying to get there.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the 7th.
And so when I went to the deep end on covering news, remember this is nonpartisan. So when they go to the election, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's just names on there. And I stepped into the news world in 2011, and it's nonpartisan, but this is the first time. So I've been covering news for 14 years. I'm getting old. This is the first time I've seen partisan politics get in the way of a city council.
That's crazy.
It's the first time I've ever seen it. I think there's a lot of behind the scenes.
A lot of talking going on.
There's a lot of
absolutely,
and
you can't spit out 1 minute and 42 seconds.
Yeah, whatever it was.
So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes by one group, and the other group is having to play behind the scenes as well, or it all blows up. So I have a bunch of advice, but it's a public show, so I will say this. I would say this to every city council member watching: do not talk to the other council members about this. Let the application process play itself out. Don't bring questions. Don't candidate A, here's the questions that we will feed you. Do your homework on the fiscal year budget 2026.
Yeah.
On the Guthrie Public Works.
Yeah.
Funding mechanism. Don't feed the questions to your candidate. Don't talk to candidates. Leave them alone. Don't talk to your other council members. Bring your questions. Don't let your candidates know ahead of time.
Yeah.
What your questions are.
Yeah.
So
like Hillary got the questions before in 2016. Remember that?
It's true. Trump didn't need them.
Nope.
So we'll see. I would certainly. It's obvious. One group wants Ed Wood, who, by the way, used to be on the city council,
Vice mayor.
He used to be the vice mayor. He's gone through budget talks. He's gone through executive sessions. He's gone through zoning. He's in a 4-year. You're going to see all of it. He's been there, done that. So that's why
And Seth Robbins would have been great, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Seth Robbins would have been great.
he dropped out.
Yeah.
So
After being told something, though. I was being told that there was a consensus that they already had somebody.
correct.
And if he doesn't drop out, he still had he had a chance to get back in there.
In a big discussion last night, well, like Franklin, he put his name in the ring to actually campaign or to run the election. Well, so did Ed Wood. Ed Wood put his name in, so that's a wash. Franklin has run, and Ed Wood has run before.
Yeah.
They've both done that. By the way, Franklin, I talked to him last night. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. He's tall, big. I don't know anything about him. I've watched the forums, but he's just a super nice guy. The only time I talked to him is after council meetings. A super nice guy. But being on the council, I think goes a long ways. But it's obvious, to get to what I was going to say, it's obvious this group wants Ed, this group wants Franklin.
Yeah.
And if Ed Wood has been on the council, has gone through what I just said, why abstain? Why do you not want Ed Wood, who has?
I would love a good reason why.
Why did you vote no? Because they want Franklin. I mean, that's ultimately what it is. I mean,
Okay, then say it.
just say it.
Just say it then.
Yeah.
Give me a reason why Franklin is better than them, and give me a reason why Ed's better than him.
That's what the public interview is.
That's what the public interview should be about.
It's what's going to be.
And I mean, if
the public is watching the interview and I go, well, in fiscal year 25, the police department asked for 4.1 million, and we can only get. You can go through. The answers should tell you who the best.
Well, we're talking about
which these council members have heard these privates before about. So they know who interviews well.
But then we're talking about experience. Mineka has 2 weeks experience. Seth Robbins would be in basically the same thing as she was. And he would be great. He'd be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Seth realized there's going to be a lot going on between that. He saw the writing on the wall.
But Seth Rollins is watching the last 2 weeks, and do you think he wants to be a part of that?
Exactly.
Do you think he wants to be a part of that now?
Very excited. He's not in part of that now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's worried about.
I feel bad for Eddie in all this.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so bad for Eddie. He is one of the best things that ever happened to Guthrie, and we're basically driving a wedge and trying to kick his ass out of here because he don't want.
I don't think they're trying.
No, I'm not saying they're trying to kick him out, but they're going to drive him out.
They better not. They're
going to drive him out by keeping this crap up. And we don't need to lose Eddie.
Absolutely.
At least
just listen to him talk last night. He's
so good.
So good.
He's so good.
Yeah.
But this crap keeps going on. Why wouldn't you? Why would you want to put up with this?
Yeah. And I think this type of stuff happens.
Again, let me say, I'm not saying they're trying to drive Eddie out. That's not what I'm saying. But this type of stuff, not partisan city council, will drive a city manager out.
And I'm telling you, the worst thing is the behind that. There's more I could really want to say, but I can't. So
write it down. I'll say it.
Open mic.
I'm doing my best.
He's getting text right now. Stop it.
I'm doing my best not to go there, but politics behind closed doors is happening.
Yeah.
Yep. Just do an open interview.
And I tell you, if politics gets in the way, these city council meetings are going to get ugly because you're going to have the far sides start coming here, and then it goes. It gets ugly
on Guthrie Newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, just think about the ratings.
That's true.
Well, here's one thing about the ratings.
But now I got to write the story, and I don't want to work.
But here's the thing, cousin. Here's the thing, cousin Nate. We talk about it because we care about our local politics. We appreciate all the servants and everybody who does the stuff that the city council does, because that's just a tough job. But a lot of people don't care, because the first time this happened, Chris and Phil are on the show up in arms about it, and I was kind of, I get it. And they're up in arms about it because they care about this town, and like everybody else should care about this town. But when Chris put the article out that night, and then 9 hours later, he had like 3 likes and like 1 comment. So nobody really cares, as I feel like say, of the head coach of a high school football team in Guthrie. You're talking about 20 people care. Nobody else cares. It's the same situation. Well, you got a handful of people who care, but most of the town doesn't care when they should care.
Well, you say
they should.
They
absolutely should care.
When you look at when we have our elections and stuff, the numbers are not nowhere near what the town holds.
Yeah, but if this keeps dragging on, you're going to get more people interested in watching, and it's going to look even worse.
Well, and here's the other thing. Right. I mean, this is all public information, public knowledge here. And I'm going to go back to the disclaimer. I've talked to Franklin 4 or 5 times after council. I haven't seen him walking the street, so I have not seen him in
a public event,
Walmart or anything like that. Yeah. It's after council meeting, and he's a great guy. Had a great conversation last night. In fact, he asked me, I'm gonna put mine so I don't get sidetracked. He goes, Chris, who's your favorite Blue Jay player of all time? I was like, oh boy,
Ronnie Phillips.
You're putting me in the corner here.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Kel Evans, I think right now until Lance proves them different. It's Kel Evans. He goes, well, someone told me Keaton Callens. So, yeah, he would be. He was so good. But anyway, so
that'd be a good discussion.
Oh my gosh!
All-time favorite Blue Jay be?
Oh, Keaton Callens. He's my favorite. Oh, he was so good. But anyway, I say all that. Franklin has ran 2 campaigns. He ran in Ward 1 a few years back, and I can't remember. It was a small, but he got 5 votes. And then the last election, there was 222 total votes, and he got 22 votes. So the public has kind of said, Maneka, Brian were pretty strong there. So I think it's Franklin. Just a lot of people don't know about him. I think if they got to know him, they would really like him. Now I don't know. I don't know. The forums have been kind of questions, but they weren't really detailed. I didn't go into the weeds because they're not true politicians, so I didn't drill them.
Absolutely.
On it was kind of surface questions, which Maneka did a great job of answering those a little bit more in depth than the others.
That was kind of a
it was. But if I start asking about the police budget, they're not going to know that.
No, I get it. Right. But you guys did throw a lot of layups to him, and a lot of them even kind of struggled with those.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I mean, again, whether that's being front center for the first time ever and being nervous, I get that stuff. But
and I think it's public because I saw it on Facebook. Franklin Danley, when Adam Robb was mayor, he had a reception party after his first city council meeting at his depot, and I saw a picture of Franklin Danley there. He was invited. I wasn't, which was fine. I didn't be invited, but Franklin Danley was invited. And then Franklin Danley was invited to the airport meeting by Councilman Granagari. He was at the, so.
Oh, you see, it's playing out.
I'm just saying this is what, I think Brian Bothroyd and Ed Wood were friends or were on the council together, so they know each other. So, they didn't always agree. I don't think they agreed last night on the judge's chamber saying, I don't know that, but it seemed like, I don't know. I can't say for certain.
If I'm Ed or Franklin, I'm going to go to somebody else on the other side and it's like, look, let's talk. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely.
Instead of just staying back and playing 3 versus 3, I'm going to go try to get a vote. I'm going to go up to Tracy and try to get his vote.
Yeah.
Because Tracy is a man of integrity.
Yeah. Well, and they've had those interviews.
I'm not saying Brian and Taylor aren't either, but
Yeah. So it's obvious they want him there.
Yeah. Yeah. They're inviting the parties and stuff like that. Yeah.
And so if it's 3-3 and you get your guy on there, well, now you got 4. That's
your vote.
That's where we're at.
So
I can go into it more. Probably not fair, but that's stuff that public meetings that you go. If you go to the airport meeting or listen to the airport meeting.
Well, I don't see how Franklin or Ed get into the seat because these 3, they're not going to say yes.
Even after a public interview and someone answers the questions a little bit more deeper.
Seems like
so they're going to put their side before the city.
It could. We'll see.
A lot of ego.
If I was a city council member, I want some. I do this all the time. I try to surround myself with people that are way smarter than me.
Heck yeah.
That have been more experienced than me. Umpiring. I never went to one umpiring school in my entire life, but I watched the guys who went to the state tournament, and it's like, oh, that's good. And you can tell the guys who aren't go, don't do that, don't do that, do that. Okay, perfect. Broadcasting. This broadcaster is really, really good. I'm going to keep doing that. This guy's yelling. He's talking about the officials. He's telling how bad they are. He tells how the other school stinks. That's horrible. Don't do that. And so I want to surround myself with the best person available. And
then you got Phil.
Well, you got to look good and feel good about yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Keep him around, but no, and you're right about Ron. You're about Eddie. He's just he's smack down in the middle. And all these 6 people are his boss.
Yeah.
I mean, he does what they what they vote in.
Yeah.
He's got to execute their policy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's doing the right thing. He's letting the
he almost always does the right thing.
And they put him on the spot 2 or 3 times.
And he answers right back.
They put the fire chief on the spot a few times last night on a separate deal.
Yep.
And he responded well. So the city manager and the staff are in the middle of all this. And so it's you said earlier, leadership has to come through.
Sure does.
And I probably need to stop before I get too far into.
Let's keep going.
Before I get to stuff I probably shouldn't be saying. So
let's talk about the other issue then.
The
applicant.
The applicant.
The
judge's
chamber.
Yeah. There's a lot of background to that. So.
Well, I mean, if you watch that part, you had to watch that part. I mean.
Yeah. Bed and breakfast, cousin A, 13th in Cleveland.
Yep.
I went in there. The chamber after hours, beautiful. Jim Martindale.
Isn't that awesome?
You've been in?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They've done it really, really good. Back in the day, it was the house on the west side that overlooked the town. I forget the backstory. The mayor or whoever it was lived there and done it really well. It's a bed and breakfast. It has.
Just recently opened up, and they went through the process of getting it approved, and it went through there. It's got 7 rooms in there, but the neighbors that live around there didn't like it because all the vehicles is the big part of it.
Public parking
in the street, yeah,
it's public,
yeah.
100% public
parking. Yes,
it's public parking.
Now, to make sure we say it right, it is a business. It's not. He doesn't not live there, so it's not a resident. It is.
He's
a
living
business.
there right now.
No, he lives downtown.
Well, he's the air conditioner's out, so he's living right there.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he said last night.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, he resides there at
It was like
times.
3-hour meeting, so
Yeah.
I might have skipped over that
Yeah.
one. But so the neighbors aren't happy with it, and so they're coming up with ADA restrictions. They're trying to find a way.
They're finding a way. Look,
That road on Cleveland is wide. You could park 2 cars on each side of the road and still have plenty of room
Yeah,
for
it's-
traffic to go both ways.
Yeah.
So I don't see how that could be a complaint.
let's be real honest about.
I thought Adam and Maneka brought. Tracy did a fantastic
Tracy
job.
was good.
He was fantastic.
I didn't like it, but he was great.
Correct.
Too much integrity right there at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. No, he
was good.
He brought up the occupancy rate.
Yeah.
Up to right now, I think it's 20.
Yeah.
And the fire chief is working to see if it's 23 people can be in there, 25, 20, 18. He's working on that to figure that out. So, so you can't have 60 people in there.
Yeah.
So right now it's 20, which is where they're at. But the big thing is he wants to have like Girl Scout people can go in there.
Well, the problem is they're trying to restrict one bed and breakfast and not everybody else.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And just to be completely honest about it, it's not about no parking. It's not about little space. It's about property taxes. Okay? That's going to make their taxes go up in the neighborhoods because the value is going to go up around the area. They're going to be paying more taxes, so they're trying to shut it down.
Then shut it down. That's too close to my house. Shut it down. I'm on the green.
That's what it's about. Pay more taxes at the end of the year.
I don't have an issue. The parking,
They can, it's public parking.
It's public parking.
Yeah.
And if someone does park in front of your driveway,
Call
call
the
the
cops.
police and have the vehicle towed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's plain and simple. That's
very
easy.
simple.
That's very easy.
I mean, what's Cousin Nate? We've been to your house for big pool parties, right?
Yep.
And how many cars are parked out at one given time?
2.
Well, no.
No.
Now, when we come over
No,
to
we come
and
over.
swim,
There's several.
If any police officers listening, 2.
it's public parking, Cousin
Yeah.
Nate. They can't do nothing.
We probably have about 12, 15 cars, depending on what's going on.
So you're and
in my yard.
We're over capacity.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, but it's
Allegedly.
It's private.
the other side
Yep.
would say
Yep.
it's a residence.
Yeah.
This is a business. Well, I think I get a couple suitcases and put them in there. Yeah, here's get my mail forward there. Yeah, I live here.
Yeah.
Because you get Christmas, and Maneka brought this up, and she goes, I got a huge family.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, I got 50 people. I don't know what she said. But
Yeah, it's good. It was a great point.
it was
Yes.
a great point.
Yeah, it was a great point.
Adam says, I live by the temple.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. His point was great.
It was a great point.
Yeah, he was right on.
Not only do I got the temple, but I got school line.
School line. Yeah.
And it's a nuisance, but it's a short nuisance, and
Yeah.
it goes away, which I totally agree with them.
Yeah. And we're talking, this isn't an everyday thing. This is once a quarter, maybe, where there's going to be a bunch of cars outside of
And
the
this is the other thing, as we kind
chamber.
of put these two together, we're talking about the 3 and 3. I'm friends with Adam and I'm friends with NECA.
I like them all. I like them all. Yeah, absolutely. I like them all.
I'm friends with all of them. So I'm not picking sides. I'm just being on the outside a realist of what's going on and what needs to happen for the city.
Right.
And for Eddie, for the city. So it's, I've had conversations with Maneka and Adam, and it's nothing personal against it. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just when you're in those spots, that's the discussions you're going to have.
What's good for the city?
You're going to have these moments, and it stinks, and it puts friendships in a weird spot. But hopefully, at the end, whenever it's settled, you put it behind you and move on.
You should. You have to. But yeah,
Phil and I disagree on a lot of times we agree, but there's some things we disagree on, but it doesn't.
Me and Phil disagree on more things than you two.
That's true. That's true.
Agree on.
But we don't.
Disagree
It
on.
doesn't
No,
affect
no.
our relationship.
No, not at all.
Husbands and wives, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but no, it's silly because you're going to restrict one bed and breakfast, but not the other 16, 20, or however many are in town. That's the thing. You can't restrict one and then not restrict the others. You just can't do it. It's got to be, and then you're going to pick and choose Well, you can't have more than 20 people in unless you have, the Victorian walk. You can do that. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Then somebody's got to be there to make sure that it's 4 in, 4 out, 2 in, 2 out. Okay, that's not going to happen either. Let's be honest. That's not going to happen. No. So then they're going to pick and choose what he can do with that.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah. Jim has done a great job. He's came in here, bought some good old buildings, making them nice, doing great things for Guthrie. And I hate it that he's having to go through this right now.
Yeah,
because he's been so good for Guthrie.
He has. It would be frustrating.
He's such a nice guy too.
He is.
Golly.
And the neighbors, I get it. I mean, you don't want to live next to that. But and Jim would say something, and when he says it, he truly means it. I've been around him a few times. He truly means it. He's not just blowing smoke to sound good to get something passed.
Yeah.
He's been very good, and he's very seems to me a very honest person, and he's not just blowing smoke. But I understand. You want to be able to mow the yard and not dodge cars and all this, but it is public parking.
Yeah, it's like
public,
and I get it that they were there before the bed and breakfast was, but if you live next to a golf course, you expect golf balls,
Correct. Yeah.
and I get it. That's been recently opened, but again,
Yeah. Well, like when Adam and Abigail bought the depot,
yeah,
they knew it was by a train.
Yeah.
You're going to have whistles and vibrations. Yeah. They knew that.
And when they bought their house by the temple, they knew that stuff was going to be happening at the temple all the time.
Yes. Yeah. When you buy a house by the park, you're going to have a lot of kids walking through your neighborhood, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But anyway, so sure we got something in besides that. But anyway, the application process will run through Tuesday, and then what's the meeting day? Is it June 17th?
June 17th.
June 17th. You want to listen to the city council meeting because then you will hear the interviews and you can chime in who you think should be the best.
And I guess there's private conversations about me joining. I'll only do it if Eddie wants me to.
And I will say this. I said about it earlier, Franklin's never been on council. I've listened to his forums, and Ed was on council for 4 years. I will go in there with an open mind of who the best candidate. I will, going into it, I think Ed probably, because the experience is there. I mean, you want to go with the firefighter who's put out your house that's been a firefighter for 5, 7, 20 years, or you want a guy that's never been.
Or you want me or Nate going there.
Exactly. But with that being said, I will be fair to the process, fair to the system. Not that I have a vote, but
I think Brian
will go in there and listen to it.
Brian brought up a good point. The process wasn't followed the last time.
Correct. Yeah. So why do it again?
Yeah. So he by the way, Brian was a rock star last night. He did really well, in my opinion. Yeah. I thought he did great.
Yeah. I do not like abstaining from votes, just on anything.
Yeah.
Especially when there's 5 of you there. One was absent. It's the abstain. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. If you're going to abstain, then probably don't need to be making decisions, voting. I mean, that's the one thing.
It don't show leadership if you're abstaining.
Well, just give a reason.
Yeah.
Why?
Just say no, and these are the reasons why. And
no, and abstain means a no vote anyway, so just vote no.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my biggest thing. When I heard abstain, I had to walk out. So they didn't see me going, being stupid. I didn't want to do that. But I walked out for 15 seconds, came back, I was fine. So I'm
about to go to the next one.
Well, the occupancy load is 80, so it can't be more than 80 people. So
you better. I'm gonna get there first.
Kick 40 out.
Kick 40 out.
Yeah,
40 gone. I'm gonna have his spot. I'm gonna sit next to Gary Good.
Gary was there.
I know. Saw Gary.
Gary was there last night. Oh, he's in the background probably.
Yep, he's back there.
Yep. Who has a bed and breakfast?
Yeah.
Probably in there just so he can see what could potentially happen to him.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not trying to restrict everybody. Just Jim.
That came up. What are the occupancy loads at the other places?
Yeah. I think it's crazy. You can't. I guess you have to have another permit to do it, but you can't have like a bridal shower with more than 20 people at that place.
By the way,
But you can't do anything outside either.
I think it was Z. Thomas made comments last night. He's a former council member, lives near there. Beautiful yard. Oh my gosh, it's one of the nicest yards there are. They do such a great job. But I don't think he lived there yet. But Casey Porter, former Guthrie baseball coach and teacher at Guthrie, I went to his wedding reception. It was in Z's house. Now, I don't know if Z owned it at the time, but it was a bed and breakfast.
A long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But
he got married at the baseball field, didn't he?
No, church.
Was it church?
Across from Central.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
The Yellow Church?
Yes. Yep.
The Methodist?
Methodist, yep. No, I think so, yeah. I still, it's funny, it's been a while, but he doesn't know his wedding song. I know his wedding song. Truly, madly, deeply. I remember, I don't know why I remember that, but Savage Garden. It was like 10 years ago. Hey, Porter, you remember your wedding song? Of course, he would never know that.
No.
He would never put
He
that.
knows the dumbest crap in the world, but he doesn't know that.
He would never put that to memory. It was Truly, madly, deeply. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's probably like, okay, why are you telling me that?
Yeah.
He was the RBI leader for the Los Angeles Dodgers in '86. He probably spit that one out.
Pedro
like
Guerrero, probably.
Yeah, I like him.
Haley. There, got it on there. Yep. Thanks for getting Mason on camera this week at County Commission meeting. He came home and said, "Mom, did I look good?" Heck yeah, you look good. Mason was with Grandpa Piercy, Monty, District 3 County Commissioner.
I met Monty this weekend.
He said, yes. Yeah.
He goes, "Are you Ronnie Phillips?" I said, "Oh, crap, what'd I do?"
Yeah.
Because I'm honest. Oh, hey, Monty.
Yeah. Boy, Mason's wise beyond his years. I got to hang out with Mason a little bit before the meeting, a little bit after, and then we went to the Logan County Admin Building. That is going to be opening end of July, 1st of August. And we did a walkthrough, Mason and Grandpa, and we walked through there. And
Tell you,
he's wise, man. He's wise. It was cool. It was cool to meet him. I did get him a little confused. I thought it was Meg Ann's kid there for a second because got twins and they do look very similar. So I got off a little bumpy start with Mason. He's like, "What are you talking about?" He didn't say that, but he had like, and Monty's like, "That's their cousin." Like, oh, dead gone. But they had the kind of the same features.
tell you, I hate it when somebody comes to me and goes, "Are you Ronnie Phillips?" I'm like, "Oh crap!" And I'm always worried about the next one because anytime they mention Phil after that, I'm like, "Oh crap!"
I'm guilty by association. Yeah.
You know, as long as they don't have like an officer uniform, you might be all right.
Oh,
Let me. In fact, Haley, I went back. I had to get a quote. I did a story on Road Project. And I went back and watched that meeting to get a quote, and I actually watched Mason for the first time. And the camera turned. He wanted to be on camera. He wanted to be on camera. So I knew ahead of time that, okay, he wants to be on camera. We're definitely going to put him on. I'm definitely going to get him on camera. And I have to show. I'll show everybody here. I saw it today for the first time, like around 5 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good." I turned the camera. Oh, there it is. Okay, stand by. Let me get it queued up. Now, so this is. I'm about to pan the camera to the left, and he's going to be in the middle. Watch his reaction when he knows the camera is on him. This is so cool. We don't need audio for this, so. Look at what? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Trying to play it off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Try to play it off. Look at it. And there was Grandpa Piercy tried to get him to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. It's like, oh, come on, Mason. All you got to do is I pledge, and then everyone else follows in. But he didn't. He got a little camera shy, but. But yeah, it was. I didn't notice that until earlier today. I was wondering why this is a very highly viewed county commissioner meeting on YouTube. It was a very boring meeting. I was like, why has this got 75 views? But it's Mason.
Okay.
We need to bring Mason to every county commissioner meeting so we can have good views on there. So yeah, that was cool. Glad to do that. Now that is a good way to end the show right there.
Yeah.
So, well, Cousin Nate, what's happening in your world? Disney World this week?
Nope. Already came back.
Well, I know you came back. It's a new week. I didn't know.
You talk to Huxley,
Okay.
he'll say, let's go back.
I saw his driving skills. They're horrible.
Takes definitely after his mama.
Yes. So how many times are you to guess that you've been to Disney World? Now, is it Disneyland?
There's both.
Well, I know.
Land is L.A. Remember that. Land is
Oh,
L.A.
thank you.
Land is L.A.
That's I for the weirdest. This is so weird. I had a hard time spelling Florida until Flo Rida came around.
Florida. Yeah.
When
then-
Flo Rida came out, I was like, Flo Rida. That's how you spell Florida.
And then with
Disneyland is L.A.
I
by the
never thought it was. I never even knew that Flo Rida actually was Florida, where he's from. I had no clue until
way.
somebody told me that.
He's from there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Flo
So
Rida.
Disneyland is in L.A. Disney World.
Orlando.
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 Oh, sweet. Okay, so you go to World?
Just so you know, adults who go to Disney World all the time, they have a mental disorder. There is something wrong with adults going to Disneyland, Disney World as often as they go. Go ahead, Nate.
I'm just waiting
The
for
floor
a
is
phone
yours.
call to come through. This 924 number come through is going to
He knows the area.
be irate. No, Jackie.
Got mental disorder.
So how many times?
In my life,
Yes, when you count the land and the worlds.
8.
We're talking
Between land
We're
and
talking
world.
We're talking six figures here.
Oh yeah,
Six figures easy.
You guys give me a hard time about Tracy Lawrence.
Oh no, that would be
Which,
a
it's-
lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I go.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. How many,
Which one's better, land or world?
Gotta be world.
depends on what you want to do.
Oh.
If you want a relaxing vacation, of
Don't go to
Disney-
either one.
True.
Don't go to either one.
Disneyland's more relaxed, but World is more exciting because there's 4 different options you can go to.
I still don't understand it. I don't understand.
I don't
it.
either.
I have no clue. I would have no clue what to do. If
And
I
there
got
was a
there.
time I investigated. I should have just called Nate, but I was YouTubing when the boys were younger. I was like, okay, you know what? No, you got to get a ride there. All these little fees.
That's all. Well, it used to be included. They would pick you up at the airport, pick up your luggage, take it to your room, and take you to your hotel. They used to do that. Not anymore. After COVID, it all stopped.
Yeah.
So now you got to pay for your service fee to get to your shuttles.
That's
and all
crazy.
That
When we went on our West Coast tour, we drove by it, Disneyland. We drove by it and we saw big green.
See
fence.
Wally World?
Oh no! They you can't see over. They it's like a
Built the border.
border.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought California didn't like borders.
And here's the other thing I learned: kids learn their left by looking at their hands. That makes the
L's.
L's.
Yeah.
So what is it? So that L is your left hand. That's how they learn their. Both of them are L's though. Oh, this is the one that actually
Correct.
looks at. Yeah. So they know this is your left. I learned that the other day. I didn't know.
Disney World takes about a month of planning. Well, actually, you got to start
Well, you
8
got
months in advance.
Well,
to
you know,
plan.
There's
You gotta
professional YouTubers that talk about all this.
You got to start years to save if you want to go with Disney World.
If you want to do it up right, yeah. But you got to plan your vacation, your restaurants 6 months in advance.
Do you stay on the campus?
Yes.
See, we
When
had
you go to World, you stay on.
we had some friends
Plans.
who went. They got 4 kids, 2 adults. $16,000.
See, I don't pay that much.
Cousin Nate knows the system. He knows how to work it. But
You get the all you can eat and drink packages.
No.
Those you don't get those. Those are no-nos. You don't get those. Waste of money.
Unless you plan out each restaurant correctly and knowing what the price point is, it's not worth it.
Okay.
so can you get a bracelet and then you can eat?
Fast pass. You got a fast pass?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to have the fast pass.
100%.
And you're still waiting how long if you have fast pass?
At the most 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No, when we go to California, nobody buys the fast pass there. So they're waiting 2 hours from some rides. But we get one. So we're going in 10 minutes, we're on a ride, onto another.
Yeah. What's the other place in?
Universal Studios.
Yes.
I think I'd rather do that. Than go to Disney
it
World.
was fun.
Yeah.
We went to Universal Studios instead of the Disney.
Yeah, I want to do that.
When you have older kids, definitely Universal.
Yeah, the rides are cool. The 3D ride, those are really fun.
I do want to see the Star Wars thing. That's at Disney World.
Both.
Oh, it is at both. Okay, so I just go Universal Studios.
I've never.
No, it's at Land and World.
Oh, okay. No, I want to do that just because I think their outfits are cool. Yeah.
Leslie says Howard's niece goes 2-3 times a year. Just got back from Disney Paris.
Disney. You been to Disney Paris?
No, did not. We were when I
Is
got
that in
engaged
Paris?
There. Yeah.
Oh, well, you've been in Paris though.
Yeah, got engaged there.
Then you went back, right? You've been to
Nope,
Paris
I
twice,
haven't,
once.
just once.
Oh.
Well, you
Was
guys
it-
should go there.
I would love to, but my wife doesn't want to.
You want to go to Disney Paris?
No. Not with
Maybe
little kids
Oh,
when they're older, definitely.
Yeah, that would not be a fun plane ride.
Not with a 1-year-old.
No,
oh yeah. I'll watch him.
Yeah, okay.
You guys.
he wants to go.
Oh no, he wouldn't go. Remember anyway. It'd be a waste of money.
Yeah, it would be a waste of money.
Yeah.
I'll watch
I mean,
him.
he's already been to both World and Land.
He's not gonna remember. So
just one.
you're gonna take him 6 more times
That's why
before
you
he's
take all
10.
that's why you take all the pictures and videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That never would happen if we went when we were kids.
No.
Because we didn't have that stuff.
No.
Our parents promised us they would take us, and I promised my kids I would take them, and we're probably not.
No, with your kids at the age they are, I would take them to Universal, 100%.
They're
Oh,
too
yeah.
old for Disney World now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, because of the Mickey Mouse and all that stuff.
And
Nathan rocks Mickey Mouse shirts, by the way.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Do you wear the?
Oh yeah,
Do you wear the
I've seen
ears?
no,
it.
I don't do ears.
Okay, he's
I
not
saw
that.
a
He's
picture,
not.
though.
He's not that crazy then.
Now your wife does. I've seen her with all the time.
Oh, she's all in.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
all
yeah,
in.
Yeah.
She's 100% in. She buys the shirt that
How
matches the
much
bag,
is a shirt at Disney World?
$80 for a long sleeve Spirit jersey, and then she'll buy the purse or the backpack that goes with it. That's $120 to go with it, and then the ears are
You think they would-
$35.
You guys should.
$35.
So yeah,
This is more expensive than WWE shop stuff.
I was at the Washington D.C. airport. I was like, well, I got to get something that says D.C. And I saw the shirt. It's like $21.99. I ain't getting that. I'm fine.
that's a deal.
And then I saw I go, oh, I can do $14.99. I got the.
$7 per ticket.
I got a tan one instead of a blue one.
I mean when you're paying $7 for a water, you know.
$7 for a water.
The world's 98% water. Why you got to pay $7 for it?
Well, that's if you want a bottle of water. They have machines where you can get.
Do you get points for like going
No.
many times? You should.
God, I wish.
You should get
You don't get like. There's no like.
punch cards.
Yeah, no, like a
Absolutely not.
casino points. There's no
Oh
points.
yeah,
No points system.
Disney points.
Oh my gosh.
That would be wonderful.
They got more money than anybody.
I mean, why do you think they have? They make enough money to be able to produce all these terrible movies they've been making.
That's terrible, yeah. Controversial too.
T. Frey says, I will pay money to see Phil experience Disney World for a week.
Ooh. We should take him.
You can. So I was walking down Broadway. I was like, yeah, Phil. Because Phil, before, he's like, yeah, he went there and he's like, yeah, there's too many people. It's too crowded. I went through Broadway. I said, yeah, Phil, this is not Phil's.
Phil would hate Disney World then. Not only is there too many people, but there's people in the motorized scooters that are everywhere. Oh. Just to listen to him complain. Oh, it'd actually be a must-see TV probably.
T. Fred wants to know, Nate, are you annual pass holder for Walt Disney World?
We are not because we bounce from Land and World every other year. So
Would it be just cheaper to have a pass?
if you live there, yes.
Okay.
But it's about $1,400 a person for the pass.
It's just like a country club membership.
Yeah.
$1,400 per person. Like this little Hucks get like a discount because he's a kid.
He would get I think they do like a percentage off on certain things. But yeah. No.
I'm telling you, I looked up YouTube videos and there are people like Cousin Nate that are like professional. Do this, don't do this. If you want to go through here, this is how you do it. So if you have any land or world questions, Cousin Nate is your
I
guy
will
to
direct
message.
you to my wife.
See, I'm not. I do
She
not
is the
plan.
expert.
I do not. I can't plan like that.
We don't plan. a
I
whole
go
lot.
somewhere. All right, that sounds good. Let's go do that.
Yeah, that's usually what we
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
We'll figure out what's going on when we get there.
Oh no, that does not happen in my world. Like I said, if we go to World, it's 8 months in advance we're planning.
So you know what you're doing Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, and Wednesday
Absolutely.
night.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
Oh, I forgot about this. You can pay for single rider rides for these rides that are like the extreme long lines,
Right.
like 4-hour lines. Like they have a new Tron.
Somebody waits 4 hours to ride a ride?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you could pay $20 per ride. There's usually only certain parks that have
At Universal, we had our wait was about an hour.
I can do an hour.
Yeah.
I've done an hour before. Me and Connor did.
And it sucks
hour and a half
because when we go
Silver Dollar City.
they say, well, you want to
But he ride the other rides, though.
Express Pass, it's this man like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, an
and
Express
then you're
Pass
waiting
is-
in line, you see these people walk by, you're like, son of you know what? Maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. They're like, oh, we still got 30 minutes to go.
Yeah.
To wait in this line.
The Express Pass for Universals are expensive.
When they got the apps now that tells you how long your wait
Yes,
is.
yeah. Well, it said above it.
Oh, yeah, so
yeah,
it
it
said
said
above
above it.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got rid of my apps. I could have showed you. I could have pulled it up. It tell you. I mean, it tells you everything. Where the bathrooms go, everything.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they got all your money to afford that.
Exactly. They definitely have over the years. I would hate to break down how much I've spent.
You should. You should budget. You should budget, Nate.
You know what?
That'd make me angry.
You enjoy it. Your wife loves it. Your kids love it.
Yeah. No,
It's hard to put a price tag on that stuff. So.
No, the memories that we made there are beyond.
Yeah.
We could ever put a price tag.
There's no doubt.
You think I should take my picture with Joe all 3 stops? You think he'll?
100%.
Yeah. I think it'd be
You
kinda
got to
cool.
hold a sign that says which city you're in too.
Oh, yeah. Tulsa, Norman, Pensacola.
Cola.
Because they live in Arkansas, so it's back to Pensacola and then it's quickly over to home
Back
base.
home, yeah.
Yep. So, all right, cuz they appreciate you stopping
Absolutely.
by. Wouldn't mind having you back next week.
Oh, he come back.
Okay, good.
Made the cut.
Awesome.
52-man roster.
We actually,
Right.
me and Chris actually got to talk tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
It was nice to actually get a few words in.
Yeah, we had elbow
Elbow
space.
room.
Didn't make
Nobody
it
called anybody an idiot.
Didn't get called an idiot tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't make it about myself tonight.
Thank
You
you.
didn't make it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I just realized your chair is probably lower than ever. That's why you look. You probably
that's
can,
fine.
You can elevate.
I'm also shorter than
Yeah.
both of y'all.
Well,
too.
elevated a little bit. So you don't look like you're actually bigger. You're about the same size.
There
as us.
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
So,
way better.
all right, just in time. See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Open Mic Podcast. Join us each week from inside the Second Banana Media Studios located in beautiful downtown Guthrie. Catch our shows on Facebook and YouTube and also on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Until next time, so long from Guthrie, America.